Hello, Taurus, and I'm Ulrich. I'm a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the Lenormand card reading for the month of September for the sign of Taurus. On the table here, you see 9 cards, meaning we will do the 9-card portrait. You see also 4 objects here on the table, meaning we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Taurus for the month of September. Now, from these 4 objects, you choose or you pick one that you think you relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. If the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the other 3 videos that follow here, also connected here to this video. The matches here represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So, Taurus, here we go for your card reading for September 2021. Hello, Taurus, and welcome to the Shell or the Water Group for September 2021. Before we start, I want to mention, I mentioned it in all groups, that Mercury is going retrograde starting September 27. This goes until October 18, meaning during that time, it's not a good idea to sign contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under that officializes, it's not a good idea to do so. Also, if you are planning to buy cell phones, electronics, laptops, housekeep equipment, laundry machines, microwaves, it's not a good idea to do so also because these things are connected to warranties and maybe some problem pops up with the warranty. Also, you see, your train has delay, your bus don't show up, packages that you waiting on are delivered on the wrong address, the containers of the package is wrong. So these are all things that are happening during Mercury retrograde. So the general idea here is not to sign any contracts. However, if you for some reason you are obligated to sign a contract, you have no choice or you feel compelled to do so, double, triple check the fine print because maybe afterwards you want to change your mind because of some clauses in the contract that you overlooked, you want to get out and you cannot anymore. So anyway, just the best thing to do here is not to engage in contracts at all. This being said, we start with your card reading now, Taurus, for the water group. So the first card here is the moon. The moon is the card of creativity. It makes us more cooperative. We attract people. We behave nice. We behave smoothly. We also are more artistic in that period. We have more feelings that is going on in our mind and in our body. So this also more hormones during this period because the moon represents the hormone cycle. So this is all connected to this month for you, Taurus. We relate that now to the next card. So this means that suddenly, because this is the card of sudden, immediate, it begins immediately or it stops immediately. But in this context, I think we can assume here that suddenly you have a strong sense of feelings. Maybe this is related to a person that is close to you. Maybe this is like this person has been like a mentor to you. Maybe this person is close to you, but he's older. If he's not older, he's more matured. So it's like this person becomes very close to you and you develop a form of feelings towards him. We just later see where these feelings are going. In another way, it's possible here that you suddenly become aware of it. Something that was not clear to you, suddenly you see how the problem is connected to each other. So here suddenly you can have like a sudden reveal here. It's possible also in this period that you're more easy to get hurt, like you feel more emotional and you're more easy to get hurt from other people. Here also, if you have kept a certain distance for some people, or you you didn't reveal your emotions, suddenly you reveal what you are thinking and what is in your mind. It's also possible that you accumulated some knowledge or something you know, and you didn't tell this before. And suddenly you take your mask off, you don't pretend anymore, and you just tell how it is. This is possible also what we see with this feeling. It's like here also with this, that we could have certain intuitions and they just come to us. They just come to us. Also, you will be more decisive for making decisions here with this combination. Also something probably that was lingering on in your life emotionally then, or that you think already for a long time, suddenly you make an end with you end the cycle, because the moon is the cycle. So it's possible here you end something this month. It's also sometimes possible that your emotions are a little bit over the place. You are feeling a little bit moody, or you have your emotions one day are like this, the next day they are different. So it's like a difficult control here over the emotions that we experience. Also, maybe before you needed some person in your life or some person that was close to you, and it's possible that sometimes now you don't feel so needy anymore toward certain people. Also, it's possible that you sleep better here with this combination. If you are feeling a little bit tired, also this means you should take some rest. Then we have the sit and the lily on itself. The lily is a slow card. So the lily gives us maturity, wisdom. It's sometimes also connected to the cause of life. So sometimes this points to that we suddenly choose another direction in our life, or we change our path of life, or the way where that we want to go. In another way, if we would be have feelings for a person, it's possible that we decide to have sexual interaction with this person. This could go quite fast, because we are having like here we have a lot of emotions in our body. This could go quite fast if we decide to do so. It could mean like a sexual adventure here that has that takes place here. If you have certain contacts with a person, as I said earlier, this partner that you have or this relationship that you have could mean an older person or a person that is more matured. You are more matured, or they are more matured. It's not uncommon this with this relationship that the person would be 20 or 30 years older, but it doesn't mean that the relationship don't work. Here, also some things that are emotionally disturbed us out of the past, it's possibly we make an end to that. It's like we make the cleanup here. We clean it up, what was in our mind, and we proceed with it. We don't hesitate anymore with certain things that happened in our life. Here, then what we have more here, it's like here, as I said, a long process, because this is a long process, suddenly ends. It's also possible that you stop something for personal reasons, something you thought about before. Also, it's possible here, certain things that you feel emotionally strong about, that you refuse them. This is what we see here also. Then we have the cross, the house, and the garden. The cross is the course of our life path where we're going. And here also, this card is related to our course of life. Both cards are a little bit, but this is more like it's meant to be. This is our path to go. So in here, in this combination, this is related to your body, to your colleagues, literally to people where you come from, maybe to your relatives. This is like you come in a situation related to your body, your house, people close to you, the people on the work floor. It's like a relation that is something here, it's meant to be. So probably you have responsibilities, a lot of responsibilities in your work, in your home, but it's not that they are common responsibilities. With the cross, it makes it more heavy. It put pressure on us. It put pressure on our body and on the house for following certain rules, regulations, responsibilities we will take. Even if they bother us, we will do so because the cross is here and it's meant to be to go that way. The cross also, in a way, it protects us. It gives us duties, but in another way, it protects us. It prevents us from things to happen, and it slows sometimes down situations regarding the things I just mentioned here. In another way, it's possible that if you have some health issues, it's possible that they put some strain on your body. Maybe this is only a temporary situation generally, because we have in the last line we have good cards here, so this is like maybe we experiencing some stress here that we are doing. Sometimes also it's possible that we check out some houses. Maybe we are planning a transition in the future, and it's possible here that you check out some houses, you inform about some houses. Maybe it's a place that you like, you pass there by, and it's a house, or you see something on the internet, or you see something in a newspaper, and maybe this house interests you, and you check it out. You go see if it fits you, if you feel comfortable in that house, and if you would like it there for living there in the future. This is possible also with this combination. Maybe here we said also we have some, we take some responsibilities in the house, maybe we some responsibilities towards family or our job that becomes more responsible, that more responsibilities in that area. Maybe you have more responsibilities towards your family. But anyway, even if you have, there is a form of freedom connected to it also here, because we have the garden, and the garden is public life, things that make us more free. It could be a little bit hard with the family. Some people might be a little bit restrictive towards you in the house. Maybe they try to put some rules, but here you will feel freedom. So you will not accept all rules, because we have the garden here, and the garden makes us free. Then we have the house and the garden on itself. Here, this sometimes can point to a larger building here. Maybe in some way, if you are a religious person or a spiritual person, this could point to a religious building. Maybe in a way you are connected to a spiritual group or a religious group. This could point to that, that you have some religion in that area also. If not so, this could point, if you are a creative person, because we have the moon here, this is possible also that it points to a theater, a public, something where you maybe where you display your talents, because the moon is talents. Maybe you do some acting, or you show something, or you show your creativity, and this would be in a larger public building that you do so. You go more in the outside, you connect to more people in the collective. This is what we see here. You feel at home in the groups where you function. It's possible also some responsibilities come with these groups that you are connected to. There are certain social rules we need to follow. There's a teamwork here, teamwork. It's also possible that you team up with in your work. There is a team. The team is connected to abroad, and they are connected to the firm. So you all cooperate together here, and it comes with certain responsibilities, and the same applies on the family. You represent your family. You take responsibility for your family. And here also we see here some matters that that are in the privacy are discussed. Maybe some things are disclosed here. Then we have the book, the ring, and the heart. This could point actually to a relationship. Actually, a relationship. We saw the relationship earlier there. It's possible that this relationship, as we saw here, the sit is the beginning. It's possible that this relationship is in the begin stage. We have the book here, so it means that maybe we still need to get more knowledge about this person. We want to get more. We want to see if we want to engage on the long run with this person. But since the heart is here, I think this makes us feel good. I think our feelings are already in the right position. We just want to find out more where this is going. We take it a little bit slower maybe for checking out, because the lily is a slow card. So probably you want to check out to make sure. It's like you test the person also if this is the right person for you. So this is what we see here also. Then we go on, focus on the first two cards here. It's possible that in the beginning, because the book keeps secrets, so it's possible if you try out each other in this relationship, it's possible that you don't reveal this to the public. It's like a secret union here that we see here. We don't tell each other, we don't tell others, our groups, that we are engaged in this relationship, that we start this relationship. Maybe we want to make sure before we make it public. In another way, this could point that here, this points sometimes to written agreements. Maybe you are planning to put something in a deed with a notary or a lawyer for later on. Maybe it's related to a house, and it would be benefit the people around you, all of them, the people that you close to, the people that you are a long time connected with, the benefits would go to them. Maybe you officialize something here, an official document. This is what we see here also. If you're younger, we do another interpretation now. This could mean that you're very committed to your education. In a way, it's possible that you are connected, that your studies are connected to relationships, that you study about relation or how relations work. Maybe you want to do something there later on the work front. This is possible also. This is what we see here also. In another way, since we have the heart here, it's possible also that if we come in a certain relationship, we do sexual studies here or psychological studies, because the moon is about the mind. The moon studies about the mind, psychology, psychiatry, all these things. The moon studies that. This is what we see here also. It's like you want to get more knowledge about people in general. This could be the case here also. You will be committed to the study. Also, you will make new connections there, because the moon connects us contractually to a person here. It's possible that you actually have an education commitment. There's a commitment here of some kind, something you agree to and that you follow, you like to follow also. You like that you made this commitment, you like it. So you will follow through with this commitment. The commitment might be known in a selective group of people. Not everybody knows. Maybe there's some agreement financially with a certain person and you sign some documents. You don't want to be this public knowledge, and you keep this between and a select group of people that you made this agreement, but you will follow through with it here. It's on the long run. The connections are on the long run here that we see. What we see more here, also you will learn certain responsibilities. This is like cause and effect that we see here. You will also find out some truths. Maybe due to studying, you get to know more about relationships. Or you find out some things. Your lover explains you, your future lover explain you some things, and you get some knowledge about that, more knowledge. You see the truths different. If you study, you get more knowledge here. You commit. We already saw that. And also this study is, you depend on that. You depend on progresses. It brings you fruits later on. It brings you, maybe you hope this brings you a job, and it probably will, because we have the lily there and we like what we are doing. Then we have the ring and the heart in itself. The ring and the heart actually points to an engagement here. This is that we connect from the heart with a person. This could be a loving commitment. In some cases, maybe later on, if you are already more advanced in the relationship, this could point to a contract that we make. Some cases it could be even mean that we officialize our love, we actually marry or we engage ourselves. Anyway, the love relationship here is meant from the heart. There's partnership here, loving partnership. This is what we see here. Maybe you met this person during the time that you are studying, because we have the book here. This is possible. It happens that relationships come out of our study time, so it's possible here also. The cohesion is based on love. This is what understanding. There's compassion. The heart is compassionate. You promise somebody literally your heart, or they promise their heart to you. And also you will support each other in this new love union. Then we have the moon, the cross, and the book. The moon in the cross is that sometimes our feelings, we already saw there's some issues with the feelings, well, issues, there's some changes of feelings, and here sometimes it means that sometimes we are burdened by our feelings, sometimes we wish we had less feelings, but it is the cross makes us experience certain things that are destined to be. So maybe you need to undergo these certain feelings that you are experiencing now. On the long run, this of course will ease, and it will benefit you that you experience all these emotions now. You will learn a lot from it. It might be deep feelings because the cross is heavy, and it might be sometimes also maybe these feelings make you a little bit scared that you feel so much. This is possible here also. Sometimes the moon can make us a little bit scared. Sometimes also it's like you want to exclude some feelings, but this will be hard, or you hide them. You hide your feelings because the book tends to hide things. Then here, certain things you will keep quiet about. We have the book. And then we have the cross and the book in itself. Again, here we are confronted, or we see the spirituality again. This could literally mean a book of your religion, if you're a Muslim or whatever, or a Catholic. This points to the book of your religion. These two cards, or it points to religious documents that you are studying. This is possible also. In another way, if you're a student, this points to exams. This could point to exams that you are taking. If it's about religion, you will find some wisdom in your religion, and you will discover that as you study, that some things come with emotions and responsibilities that you will need sometimes combine both your emotions and your responsibilities. It's like you need to make a connection here between the both. Some truths that you will discover during this study will be hard to bear. So it's like new things are revealed to you because the book tends to reveal new things, and this new experience that you gain, it might put some, it makes your mind turn. It makes you think a lot. This is what we see here also. Some of these truths that you will discover will not be easy, but as we know, sometimes life is not be easy and we discover things. Then we come in the second line, we have the sit, the house, and the ring. The first thing that we see here, this is that we suddenly engage in a commitment, and maybe we move somewhere, we go somewhere. This is like we suddenly decide on the house and we commit to the house. But remember what I said in the intro of the video. This is suddenly it begins. Suddenly we decide to go for a house and we commit to it. This is the first thing that we see here. In a way, this could point also to that one of the two of you is connected to the military or to the police. There's a certain structure here. In another way, it's a person also that could be connected to a hospital. So it's somebody in uniform that we see here that we connect to here. Then certain habits that you have, traditions that you had, you will leave behind. You will get a different point of view. We saw there, and certain habits that you had for a long time, you will part for them. You will change that. You will make new arrangements, commitments in another front. Probably this is due to the lover that comes in your life. You will maybe see things in different perspective combined with things that you learn here. So sometimes this makes us change. There are decisions here about a house. Maybe we go away somewhere and we interact in a new form of living. We go living somewhere else here. It means that the place where we come from, you will clean it up there and you will move in the next stage of your life. If you recently start to study, it's possible also that this is like a place where you go for studying. This is like students sometimes live in student rooms. This could mean this one also. We have a certain contract on a study home. This could be a larger building that we are seeing here. But anyway, there is some form of commitment there that we see here with a house happening. Here we will also follow certain rules, certain traditions, or maybe we need to follow certain rules in this new place where we are staying. Maybe some people cannot come in. There are time restrictions. Sometimes this happens with student homes. So certain rules that are applied on you by the house. This could be not really an apartment, this larger house. This is a larger house. Probably it will be a nice environment because we have the ring here and we have the heart. So it's something that you really like. And also what is possible is that you are not unfamiliar with the place where you're going, because the ring is round, so it turns back. So here it's possible that the place where you would go, this new place where you study or where you decide to go, it's not unfamiliar with you. You know the place from before. This is possible here with this combination. Then we see the house and the ring on itself. If you are in another part of your relationship and you're already engaged, this could really mean that you commit to a house. So it's possible here that you buy a house, suddenly you decide to buy a house and you make the contract on the house. We already saw there were some connections here with notary deeds, so this could be connected to it also. I have a very broad card reading here, so I mentioned a lot of things that would be possible for you. These are all possibilities in the card. Nothing is set. You get some warnings, some things here are explained to you from the card, what is possible here. If you're not buying, again, here we see a rental agreement. This is possible also. You can buy, you can rent. Also, you promise to your family some things. If you go out, you make promises to them. Maybe you say some family promises that are made here. This is possible also with this this combination. You follow certain rules. Maybe you contact your family on regular basis. Even you need to study hard. You will keep, if you are there also, you will keep certain things for yourself. You will not share them with your family because you come in a different stage of your life. Or if we have family and we come in a relationship, of course, we don't share everything anymore with the people where we come from. There are things we keep private. Then we come in the third group here. We have the lily, the garden, and the heart. This is actually a very good laying on the long run. There's a lot of things here on the long run that are positive, especially with the heart here as the last. So here, if we would be in some form of relationship, this means that we actually show in public, we hold hands together, we display our intimacy. We go maybe in public and people see us for the first time together. This is what we see here also. Also, it's possible that you have some fun together, because the the garden here is the public. So, and sometimes the lily makes us enjoy things. Slowly we enjoy things, and we really like those things that we are doing for now. This is what we see here. Also, we will be open towards each other. It's possible that you do some art, that you, for instance, you visit a festival, music festival, something creative here with the moon together, dance performances, theater. You enjoy these things. Maybe in the area where you live, there are less restrictions, even with the virus. So that time there will be less restrictions. Maybe you go to a place where there are less restrictions. You are honest toward each other. You speak open your mind if you're in a different stage of the relationship already. Then we have the garden and the heart on itself. If you have a network, if you are a networking type of person, this means that you are liked by your social networking. Maybe there's a lot of people who are very experienced or who have a lot of knowledge in your network. Some people who give you good advice in your networks. This is possible also. There's certain groups that you like, that you are attracted, that you have a lot of communication with. Here you find understanding there in these social networks. It's possible also, if you are a charity type, that you are attending some charities here. This is what we see here also. Maybe you attend a charity with your partner here, or with the one with your lover here. You're both compassionate to this goal that these people have, or that the goal that these people want to achieve with this charity. Then we have the moon, the house and the heart. This means in your house where you live, if you are alone, you will be very creative. Maybe you're a very creative type. Maybe your mind is turning around about creativity. You will do the things that you like in your house. In a way also, if you go to another place, you live for a long time in a certain place and you move, it's possible also we see some homesickness here. This is possible also because, as we said, we have strong feelings here. It's possible here that we have some homesickness here, but this is all only temporary. There's a strong connection. There are strong family ties that we see here. There's a strong influence also with the family. Possibility is also that if you make a choice for going living somewhere, it's influenced by your emotions, and it's also like you need to like it or you will not take it. It's not something, it's like, it's important that you like it, that you feel good here. We need to feel good and we need to like it before we go ahead with it, even if it's a temporary place or a rent house. There's strong influence also here from our family here. Maybe we involve them a little bit in the whole matter. Maybe we involve our father in the matter for this house. We ask for his advice. This is possible also. Maybe our father has some knowledge in that area. This is possible. Or a person that we are close to. Then we have the house and the heart in itself. You really like your family. This is that we like our family. If you have a job, you like the job that you are doing. This is what we see here also. You will like the place where you live. This comes back here. Probably the place where you are going is publicly liked a lot. People like the place where you are going and where you are living here. In another way also, we already saw the responsibilities of the home. If it's not too far, this place where you are going, and somebody in your where the place where you live from your parents is already more matured, or somebody needs special care there, it's possible that you visit there on regular basis, because the moon returns and the ring also. So it's possible if there's a person there and he needs certain special cares, that you interact with that you still go home for helping out. This is what we see here also with this combination. And you also will, if there's a new love in your life, you will not immediately share it even with the ones that are close to you. You will still keep it secret till you are sure. Then we have the lily, the house, and the book. This is like there's a lot of communication here with the one with your roots, where you come from, maybe a lot of communication with the father figure, somebody in charge. If you're in school, this would mean communication with a person that has a lot of knowledge, but it could also relate to the father. There's a lot of communication with the father about certain facts that we want to discover. If not, this is like a teacher that shares information with us that we didn't know. We discover facts. We saw this earlier here. We saw this coming back here. Also, with this combination, it's possible the place where you're going to live in the future, it's old. It doesn't mean that I say deteriorate. I said the building has old roots. It's an old building. It could be like an antique building that is worked up. But the building itself, it's possible that it's old, but it's nice. So this is what we see here also, like Victorian style, that one. You will visit your family also during holidays. This is what we see here also. They are close to you. If you would engage, or if you're already married, this points to a very stable relationship with the partner, emotional and feeling like physical, strong relationship here also that we see here. Sometimes you will like to have privacy, of course we do. Here, this is what we see here, that you have certain restrictions on your privacy. And if the house where we choose to go, it's a nice style, but in a way, it has like modest conveniences. This is possible also, like the basics are there and it makes us happy. Then we have the house and the book itself. Not everything is revealed in the family. Some things are hidden there. This is like books that you publishing books. Here we come in contact with more books. We study at home here. If you have a business, because this can point to business also. I didn't mention that. The house can point to business also. This could point to, if you have your own business, this could point to a business that we do, for instance, with books, literally, that we sell books. We have a publishing house. If not, the house where we are going, we will collect a lot of books in our house. There are many books in our house, probably books with a lot of knowledge, and some of the books will be older, maybe first publishments like that we have. This is what we see here also. We school ourselves at home, we study at home, and also the place where we are going, we want to feel comfortable and emotionally safe. So, Taurus, for the water group, this is all. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are following here. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you maybe next time. Bye-bye for now. Thank you. Hello, Taurus, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for your card reading for September 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that starting 27th of September, Mercury is running retrograde, meaning During that time, it's not a good idea to sign contracts, agreements, arrangements, anything we need to put our name under and that officializes. It's not a good idea to do so. Also, you will see if you take the bus, the train, the train is delayed, the bus is delayed, they don't show up. If you're more often into traffic jam, if you order something online, the package arrive in the wrong destination, it don't arrive at all. These are all things that are happening during Mercury retrograde. Also, if you buy electronics, it's not a good thing to do so because there's a warranty connected to it. So if you buy a cell phone or a laundry machine, sometimes some problems pop up with the machine itself. The laundry is not okay. So the warranty is not okay. So you need to be careful with these things, and it's best not to engage during that time. However, if you, for some reason, are obligated to sign the contract, double, triple check the contract. Because afterwards, maybe you don't agree with certain clauses in the contract. It's not what you want to get out, you cannot anymore. So this causes problems. So my advice would be during that time, don't sign contract and try to avoid new house equipment or electronics. This being said, here we start with your card reading here for the stone group. So the first card that we see here is the ship. The ship is a card that makes us long. We want to travel. We have like itchy feet. We want to go somewhere. Also, this is a card of business, a card of money. Maybe we want to some business. Here we don't start with the interpretation of the cards itself. So the first card that we see here is the ship connected to the cross. So it means that we explore. If we are a religious type, maybe we do some exploration regarding our religion. Maybe we go to certain places that are religiously important to us. If not, we can also visit maybe an ashram or a spiritual community that we are doing in another country. So here there are traveling and discoveries going on. Even the journey is difficult for you for some reason. This is possible also. Maybe you travel with children and it's not easy for you to travel, but still you want to undertake the journey because it's important and it's like you feel that it's something you got to do. It's like a pilgrimage that you want to undertake a religious journey. Probably it's overseas because we have the ship here. Here also it's possible that we are already longing a long time for this and we want to do this because we have the idea this is gonna be a new beginning for it. It's like here with these two cards, we go where fate takes us. We are getting acquainted with foreign, strange ideologies, convictions that we have. If we had certain dogmas or certain restrictions in our religion, it's possible that we get a different point of view about these. Maybe this comes because of this travel, we see things in a different daylight. Sometimes if we travel, things makes us wiser. It's like we feel this is our duty. We have a responsibility to do this. Then here also some principles maybe in this community you don't like. Then we have the cross and the child on itself. Due to this journey, as I mentioned earlier, it's possible here that we are confronted with another conscious level. We go in the next stage of consciousness. We have a new level of consciousness here. Also, it's possible after this journey we have a different attitude. We behave differently. It's like we mature more because of this journey. There are some certain lessons we learn there. Maybe there's some fields in our life that we are inexperienced in, but due to this journey, we see things in a different daylight. Anyway, this points to a very important new beginning for us. We go here, then is some more details here. We feel inexperienced. This is what we see here. If we travel with this child, we saw this earlier. Maybe we take the child with us in the journey. It can be difficult. Maybe the child has difficulties to adjust. Maybe it's a warm place. Maybe the child has difficulty to adjust to other things here. This is possible also. If this is not the case, it's possible that the child in itself has some difficulties. Maybe it has some difficulties with the way our religion is. It's possible also, especially if the child is more approached. Maybe it has difficulties in the way we see things. This is possible here also. But anyway, this all points that we test here something new. This is the journey in itself can also put pressure on our child, or this new beginning puts pressure on us as a person. This is possible here also with this connection. But anyway, we will try to, even though this journey may not be easy, we will try to approach it with a light touch, with a light heart, with a childish point of view. We will try to make it as light as possible, because the cross sometimes points to responsibility, but since we have the child here, it all might be a little bit more light-hearted, as we say here. But anyway, the cross, it's like the journey is meant to be, the child is meant to go with us. So we are actually, it's like this whole thing is meant to be. Then we have the clovers, the bouquet, and the whip. The clovers in the bouquet, it's actually, this is a good combination, these two cards. Something is renewed in our life. It's like luck is coming to us. This is a new beginning of luck. It's like here we want to enforce our luck. We want that our luck is actually happening to us, because the whip is a very active card. Here then we see also it's possible that in the times to come, we have some lucky breaks. Some things come to us and it's like things are coincidental, but they are positive for us. There is improvement here, and this improvement makes us happy. It makes us joyful. What is happening around us? We are searching here also something for something that we want to find. We know exactly what we want to find. We move in a positive way and we gain something out of it, and we put a lot of energy in it. Here, this is what we see here. There's some improvement, possibly financially improvement, because we have the fish here and the fish multiplies. So it's possible that you have some financial improvement, but you will go for it. If you don't have, you will work for it. Here you will see that it comes through. If some delays in that you want to make more profits, or your luck doesn't come your side, you will see to it that it comes your side. Maybe you want to have a better future for yourself, you want to earn more money, and you will put energy in this. This is what we see here in this line. There's a lot of opportunities here also in your social circle. Some people can suddenly pop up in your life for some reasons. Maybe they have some issues and they suddenly are at your door and they explain the problems that you have. They know that you are an understanding person, and they suppose that you will listen to them, and you probably will. If they probably are in some difficult situation. It's possible also that you receive a gift from this person. Here we see again that we are able to visit here again, or we are able to travel. Maybe some friendships that we have are difficult for us for the moment. Then we have the bouquet and the ship on itself. Here we see that if we have difficulties, the bouquet here is a card of renewal. So it's possible here we have the possibilities, if we had some issues with friends, that we can solve them. We can solve the problem, and if we cannot solve them, the problems will get lessened here, this with this uh, combination. In partnership, this combination points to, because this is an energetic card, this is the card of energy, of activity, of being active. It could be that we have a very good sexual relationship with our partner. There's a very harmonious balance here. Also, if we feel each other like we want it, and there's a cooperation with both parties here, they want to engage in it. Then here we have the bouquet and the whip itself here. Yeah, we saw already that the problems could be solved here. You put a lot of energy, there's a lot of small talk here. We put also in our appearance, the way we appear, no matter if we are a man or a woman, we put some energy in the way we look. We want to look good. And if we look good also, it brings us fortune here. It makes things easier for us if we look good. Also, it's possible here that you have some talents that you want to develop and you practice them. The whip sometimes means practicing, that we practice. It's possible that you, I already mentioned earlier that you receive gifts, but since the whip is 2, so it's possible that you receive more gifts here. It's also possible with this combination I mentioned earlier with friends, but it could be also with sisters that we have, that there is an issue here, but the issue will work out on the then later on, as we already saw, because this is a very forgiving card. Then what we have here more, if you are connected to some form of justice, maybe you need to work for justice for others. It's like you put a lot of energy for make things right for people, that things happen in a right way. Maybe you are connected to justice. Maybe you are a lawyer or a person who has responsibilities concerning to the law, but you will see that everything here happens to the right way, and people will appreciate it highly if you do so. This is what we see here also. In some cases also, this could mean that we create something, because this is artisticity. Sometimes these combinations can point to military, police, that you create something for military or police, something beauty, or maybe you're in the field of creating uniforms for military, for anything that is uniformed, you create something here with this combination. This is what we see here. Also, in a way, if you work as a designer for the military, this could make life easier for soldiers. Like, this is what you do. You give more, you develop some practical things for soldiers, for making their life more easy. This is what we see here also with this combination. You're a skilled negotiator. This is point here also to a skilled negotiator. It's possible also, if you are a military, that you need to intervene somewhere to bring peace. If you are a police officer or military, that if this would be your job, you intervene for bringing peace, like peacekeeping troops. This is what we see here also. If you are, this points to weapons also. If you have some weapons that you use or some things for your job, you are very skilled in maintaining them and how they are manufactured together. This points to a person who is very skilled with weapons. you charm here. This is like for negotiation. This is good for negotiation, charming, interfering, peacekeeping. We already saw this here. And then we have the third line here. We have the woman, the coffin, and the fish. Here it's possible that we presume this is a neutral card. So this could be a man and a woman. So you can put yourself there in any gender, because this is a general laying, except if I say so. Here, this is like somebody is absent, is not there anymore in our life. Somebody disappears in our life. It's like a person that was close to us. He is disappearing. He is disappearing from the stage. For some reason, he goes. This was, or maybe this person keeps quiet to us for now. This person keep quiet. It's possibly this is a friend, and a friend keeps more quiet to us. Maybe he is not in feeling well, so he cannot communicate with us. There's something going on here with a female person that is fairly close to us that cannot communicate with us anymore. But it's possible here, this is temporary because we have the flowers here. This possible it's temporary situation, and this person will probably return to us. So this is a temporary interference, and maybe this person cannot contact with us due to some reasons. Maybe due to business, something is involved here, but this person for now has less contact with us. In some cases, this could mean also if we have some form of relationship, that this relationship, if we are a man, that a relationship with a certain woman ends, or the end is transforming in a new beginning. So certain persons around us, this relationship ends, or this communication ends, and it transforms into something, and because nothing ever dies, but there is like an end here, and then of course it's followed by a new beginning. If this person would go out of our life, in a way it has a financial positive influence on our business or our financials. It's odd to say, but this is the combination that we see here. What do we see here? More with the first cards. We are worried about this separation, maybe, or this disappearing. Maybe we feel it coming already that this person is gonna disappear. Then we have the coffin and the fish on itself. Here it's like we are waiting for something. If we are in business, because the fish are business, so it's possible that we wait to start a next stage of our business, and it's like we wait on some funds here to act here. This is possible here also. Maybe we wait on a loan, we wait on certain kinds of payments, but it's possible here that it's not so very fast, because this is a slow card, and we need to put some energy in it, because this is an energetic card for getting. We need to communicate about it before the money would actually arrive with us. So we cannot sit still. We will need to put energy, and we need to ask where the money stays. So this is, if the money don't come to us, we need to negotiate about it. This is what we see here. What we see more here, transformance of business. Maybe our business is changing, or we want to change our business. Maybe a woman has influence on the change of business. This is what we see here also. Or a person has influence, because this is a neutral card. A man and a woman has a very important influence on this business transaction that is going to start. Maybe the business that we are doing is it's quite heavy. It requires a lot of energy, mental energy or physical energy. This is possible also, this business. Then we go to the vertical lines. We have the ship, the clovers, and the woman here. here we want to try out our luck. We want to try out the business. This is a very positive card here in this one also. So it means maybe we want to go in a financial adventure. Maybe that's why we wait on the money. Here we see again that we want to go on a financial adventure, but there's a person there. We assume here, we just apply the woman, that there's a woman here who is involved in this whole procedure that we waiting till we can start. It's like this woman is involved in this whole process before we can actually proceed with this business. It's like we are waiting and it's going to happen, because here this card is hope, longing. We are waiting on it before we can actually start with this. But it's possible also that this waiting is meant to be, because sometimes we need, with this card, it's like it's destined to be, and it's actually protecting us for starting. This is possible with this card also. So it doesn't mean you will not put energy in it. You probably will, but the waiting period, it's probably meant to be, and it need to be like that. Then here, the journey, if you take a journey, you will feel lighthearted about it. It's already there the same. You will try to take it lighthearted. You will enjoy the journey also, is what we see here. You need also to think about the risks that are involved. If you go in a financial investment, think about the risks, especially with the cross. The cross put pressure on us. Think, if you make investments, that they are wisely done, that you don't end up in trouble afterwards. So think about wisely about your investments here. These are things that are given to you here. The cards tell you that, to be careful. You want to change your luck, but sometimes we need to be smart to change our luck. We cannot be irresponsible here. We need to take responsibility here. You want to do this business, but we also need to be smart, patient, and wait till the right moment. That's maybe why it's blocked. Don't go blindly in this business. The cards say be smart here. Then we have the clovers and the woman itself. This represents, if this is the woman, this person that probably help you. This is an honest person, somebody we can trust. If this would represent your partner, this is a partner that actually supports us. Maybe this person wants to go with us in that financial adventure, but you need to discuss it both. So it's a safe thing that you do here. This person is also committed to you. This person sees things also on the light side. She's easygoing, this person. This person is probably a happy person, a joyful person here. She has some playfulness about her. Maybe you are more serious type, and she's more playful, light. That can make a good combination. Possibly also this woman is lucky in some parts of her life. She's more like the unburdened type. Even if she has a heavy time, she's more unburdened. She can easily let her burdens go. Then we have the second vertical line here. We have the cross, the bouquet, and the coffin. The cross and the bouquet is, if we saw here sometimes already that we can have some issues with people close to us, and this means that we forgive these people and apologies are offered from both parties here. This is what we see here. We act kinder, we act with feelings, we act with responsibility here. We have other people trust us, and we trust other people. And this could change our course of life if we do so. There's a lot of social contacts here, maybe sometimes too much social contacts. We have social responsibilities that we take seriously. if this woman came new into your life, or this person came new into your life, it's possible that this person is a widow or a widower. This is possible also with this combination. Maybe this person has been single for a while and she's a widow. This is possible here also with this combination. Also here, I already said here, if you take the financial adventure, be careful that you have everything in row. Here, it's like you want to test how lucky you are. But if you test your luck, see, you are armed for if things go bad. So here, you're mentioned here to be cautious again. But you want to try out your luck, but be careful if you try out your luck. So it's always better to be careful here with this kind of combinations. It doesn't mean it's bad, but it is, but we always need to be careful in life. Taurus in general moves slowly, especially we're in the stone group here, so these people move a little bit slower. But anyway, it's wise to do so also with these combinations, especially the cross is heavy, it's a little bit slower. The coffin is also a slow card, but this is a little bit the card that can cause worries or pain. So we need to be careful that we don't arrive in a difficult situation. So we need to be careful. That's why I'm saying this. People around you, if you have some burdens, will try to make your life easier. This is what you have here also, especially with the clovers there. You help some people, or they help you to make your suffering lighter. If this person is a widow, you are the one who make her suffering lighter. This is possible also with this combination. You will like each other also. There's a lot of harmony going on here. Then the bouquet and the coffin itself, in a way, this is renewal, return. It's possible that this person has been previously in your life. So it's like this person returns after a situation. Maybe this person had a relationship before, this partner has moved away, or he is deceased, and you come in contact back together with each other. This is what we see here also. It's possible also that you feel more energetic because of this person comes back in your life, because the whip gives us energy. This is possible also with this combination. Things might be on hold for a while. It might be difficult to meet this person, or it was not possible at all. But here it's like we move on, we proceed, and we will take action also because we have the whip here. If it's related to your health, it means also that we need to take care of our body. We need to take care. If we work hard, for instance, we need to take care. We have sufficient vitamins. We need to take care of our body. It's healthy. We need to sleep enough. This is also what we see with this combination. Then we have more here. If you have some disappointments, you will be able to overcome them, even though they cause you pain, because sometimes with the bouquet, we can overcome them, that we can get something useful out of this whole situation. Then we have the third line here. We have the child, the whip, and the fish. Here, it's possible that we want to interact with business, but we already saw the cross here. I told you maybe it's delayed, and the coffin is a slow card also. It's possible if you want to start a business that you intend to start it, but at the last moment, something changes and you're not able to start it to proceed with your business. This is what we see here also. So maybe the reason why you cannot immediately start is maybe because the money where we are waiting on for adding to this business or starting this business, it's not on time. So it's possible that you made all the plannings, but actually when you need to start, it's not going. So see that if you have things organized, that this don't influence you in a negative way. So it's possible here that things are a little bit delayed because the money is not there. Maybe we are not so experienced in the field that we are going. This whole business where we are going in is rather new for us. So this is a possibility here also. If we have a child, we mentioned this earlier, it's possible that during that, if this child is with us, that this child is quite active physically. Maybe it's a child that is very active, a very energetic type of child. Maybe it's a child that does a lot of sports. This is what we see here also. And it's possible also in another way that this child is not behaving too well. So this is possible also with this combination. Maybe the child don't behave in the way that you like. Maybe the child discuss with you and it gives you some worries that there's discussion with the child you don't like to. So in another way, it's possible that this child in itself has some kind of problem. So this is possible also with this combination. Then here, what we see more here, it's possible also, we need to watch out for also, maybe this child here, it's possible there's a lot of bullying going on now in schools and things like that. And maybe the child don't share this with you, but we need to see, maybe the child is scared to share this with you. Maybe it get threatens and it don't want to share this information with you. Maybe the child is bullied in school and it suffers about this. So you need to slowly investigate about that if this is the case here, because maybe the child is suffering because of that. Maybe it's bullied, maybe it's pested in school. So we need to be careful here also with that combination here, because this is possible also here. If you see that the child is more stressed or it's hiding things, then you know there is something wrong. It's behaving in a different way. You can sometimes see it in that way. If the child don't behave well, here it points to that you will need to discipline the child a little bit for getting things straight out. Sport, I told you, competitive. We see competition here also. Maybe the child do a lot of sports. This is possible also. There are several combinations here that we see here. This is like possible conflict with a child. Then we go here on the whip and the fish in itself. As we said earlier, if the money don't come through, it's possible that you start to communicate about that. There could be some serious conversation, even discussions, arguments about that. But as we saw here, since we have the forgiveness card here, the card of renewal, after this, it's probably this all works out. But it's like you actually need to do some action here for getting this money in place here, and you will probably do so with this combination. It's possible also that you inquire with somebody about how to get this money, like you ask for financial advice because maybe you're innocent in this field and you ask advice for somebody. This is possible also here, what we see here. Probably you will ask multiple persons, because we have 2 times multiple here, multiple persons, because you're not related to this field. It's like a new form of business that you are engaging in, or a new form of work. And you're inquiring in certain people how to proceed with this. But you will not sit still here. But as we saw here, sometimes the blockage is meant to be. And you can just be prepared also if everything is a little bit delayed. So if everything is not starting on the right times, also be prepared that this is possible here. Then what we have more here. You need to see here also, if you discuss, this is what it says also, that's maybe why you want the advice here of the person, that you see if you go in certain discussions with certain people, that you have sufficient information, that that you can level with this person and can make your arguments clear. So that's maybe why it's pointed out here that you would take the advice of a specialist here. It's possible also if your business don't start on time, and some people are responsible for this, that you ask for financial compensation. This is possible also with this combination here that we see here. It's like you want to balance it out here. You want to balance it out, this problem. Then we have the ship, the flowers, and the fish. There we see again a lot of social context. We already saw that before. It's possible that a woman this woman is involved. Also, it's possible that this woman is not close to you, or this person is not close to you, that you have a good contact with. It's possible that this person is in abroad. This is possible here also, that we see the journey here again. Probably this woman or this person will go on the journey with you. It will be a nice journey. You will enjoy it. That's what we mentioned in the beginning here. That maybe this person goes with her. Maybe she makes your trip more luxurious, or she wants more luxury than you had originally in mind. You are welcome where you go. Possibly you never went there. And here it's like we are passing things that we are used to. We go beyond our comfort zone here. Maybe we come in uncharted waters here in abroad, and we go beyond us comfort zone. And maybe the person who comes with us has more habit of travel. So it gives us some relaxation. This person tells us this or that is going to happen, and this eases our mind a little bit. This is what we see here also with this combination. It will be very adventurous, or you will interpret it as very adventurous. Maybe it's you never undertaken something like that. Then we have the bouquet and the fish on itself. Here then we see if things didn't speed up as we expected before, or the start was delayed, this is the actual recovery of the money. Some people will come, some money will come back to us, and we will recover the money back to us. Something is given to us. If we make investments and we wait the right time, this means that we will make positive investments. If we have sufficient money already, this points sometimes also that we give to others. This combination here. If you are a person who has an important hobby in their life, this could also point that hobbies that give us an additional source of income. Here also we give away money. This is giving away money for charity. Maybe this profession, maybe we have something to do with flowers literally for our hobby, or gardening, or something in the financial sector additionally that we do. Something to do with abroad, because we have the ship there, abroad and beauty. You will be generous if you give something away. The friendships are important to you. Your friendship also could bring you friends, could bring you money. They are part of it. They maybe with the social contacts here that you have, and you have a hobby, and your friends are part of it, and they give you more contacts, so you earn more money here with the hobbies that you do. And then we have the child, the flowers, and the woman. Again here, this points to children. To a teenager. We saw that already there before there's a child involved. If you're an older person, a more matured person already, this could point to your grandchildren. This could point, if the child comes to you, it feels happy if you're a grandparent. The child is excited to come to you. If this is natural and this is related to your hobby, this could be a very creative project that you will engage in. You will feel creative freedom here with this combination here. Also, the people around you, if you do a hobby that is very, very original, I would say, that you will not be judged for this hobby. They will respect the hobby. They will respect the hobby, and for you, it's nice because it brings you additional money. The child here is kind. You show kindness toward a child. There we see here also a female child is possible here also. Possibly the looks of the child are good because this points to a pretty child, a child that is maybe going from a child to a woman. This is possible also because here we have the child, here we have the changes, and here he has the woman. So it's possible that the grandchild is on the edge for adulthood. This is what we see here also. She's welcome with you. You praise her also. And then we have the bouquet and the woman on itself. This is that you are a generous type of person. You give to your grandchild. You inspire your grandchild and she inspires you. We support each other. We support our grandchild or our child. And we give advice to the child. Sometimes also children can give us a different perspective, and in a way there could come some sometimes, as we say, the truth comes out of the mouth of a child. So in a way the child could tell you some things, and it could inspire you, and it could be helpful for you. Here again, we saw this earlier, the widow, the partner that comes in our life. We saw that earlier. This comes back here. This is possibly a person that you met before comes back into our life. There's a lot of charm going on here. This person is charming. Also, you as yourself, you still look young for your age because the child looks young. You are appreciated in the circles that you are going. It's possible that they flirt with you. Here also we see people flirting with you. You will be welcome in the place where you are going, and you will welcome others. You will be appreciative for this, for that you are welcome and you will be appreciated. This is all what we give you. And it's possible also that you receive a gift from your grandchild, or you give a gift to your grandchild. So for the stone group, this is all for now. Taurus, I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are connected here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you maybe next time. Bye-bye for now. Thank you. Hello, Taurus, and welcome to the Aerosol or the Air Group for your card reading for September 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that starting 27 September, Mercury is going retrograde, meaning it's not a good idea to sign contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under that officializes. It's not a good idea to do so. Also, you will see during that time, your bus is late, your plane flight is cancelled, is rescheduled. If people need to visit you, they are late, they don't show up, you are in the traffic jam. It's also not a good idea to buy new electronics like cell phones or even household equipment, laundry machines. Why? There's a warranty connected to it, and sometimes we get problems with the warranties. All this is happening because our mind, the collective mind of all the people, is working a little bit slower during that period from 27 September up to 18 October. However, if you would be obligated to sign a contract, or if you have no other choice, or you feel compelled to do so, double, triple check the fine print in the contract. because maybe later on, after you signed, you want to get rid of the contract. You cannot anymore. Certain clauses in the contract you don't like, but you cannot get rid of the contract anymore. So my advice would be during that period not to sign any contracts. Anyway, here we go, Taurus, for the Aerosol or the share group. The first card that we see here, your personal card, is the key. The key is a very good card. It opens all doors. It brings solutions. If you have some issues, it can help you solve your problems. The card is like an helping factor. It solves all problems that are surrounding us. So next to it here, the next card that we see here is the cross. This means that before we had certain responsibilities we didn't want or we didn't attend to, that we take these responsibilities now. We see the sit next to it. It's possibly meaning that we initiate, because the sit starts something or it ends something. So this is like a new beginning for us. We opening up for new responsibilities. Maybe these new responsibilities are connected to something new that we want to start because we have the child here, or it's directly connected to a child. We go in the details now of the two cards. So we open up to responsibilities. Also, it's possible that in a way, this causes us some burdens because responsibilities can cause burdens. There is maybe a form of pain connected to, but this is like it's meant to be. We want to take our responsibilities and we feel that it's time to do so. In another way, this could point that if we have some pain literally on our body, then that we make a diagnosis where this pain is coming from. Also, you will share with others that you have this pain and you will be open about it if people ask you. Also, this possibly points to that you will find a solution for this pain in the coming weeks. Even if the situation is hard, you will not experience it as so hard in its whole. It's like you experience it more as an experience and not exactly only as a pain or as a duty. It's like you see here, there's an end at the light of the tunnel, or you know that this experience will bring you somewhere. It will help you later on. It's possibly also that you work very hard with this combination. And sometimes it's like you are a little bit confused about some things here in your life, and you don't know for sure if you need to be open-minded or if you need to be more conservative in some approaches of your life. Then we have the cross and the sit on itself. So we initiate with this new responsibility that we have. This is also possible if you're a religious person or a spiritual person, that this relates to your spirituality or your religion. And this then could mean that there is a challenge in your beliefs. It's like in your belief, something is transforming or something suddenly changes, and it makes you see things in a different way, in a different light. If you have too much responsibility, it's possible also that you cut some away, that you say, okay, this is enough responsibility for me now. This is how far I go. This is possible also if you are responsible for certain persons and they actually transform into a burden. It's possible that you had it with that and you put an end to it. This is possible also here. It's like you make stock of the whole situation and possibly also of your life and its purpose, and you see where you want to go here. Here also this point of that you are very efficient in your job and what you are doing. Then we have the fish, the anchor, and the book. The fish is multiplication. The fish is multiplication, and it also points to physical things. So it's possible, we know from Taurus that Taurus likes to touch things. Taurus likes to feel what he's doing. It's a sign closely connected to the earth and the things that he's doing. Taurus likes to enjoy life in its whole. So when this is like the physical aspect of it, here it's possible also if we have a certain, if there is a partner in our life, but I don't see directly here partnership cards. But anyway, if we have a partner, it's possible that we are very attracted to this partner for the moment. Maybe the relationship is in the beginning, and there is a strong sexual attraction to this partner. But since we have the book here, we will not share it with others. Maybe the relationship is new, and maybe we don't want to share that with anybody for now. Then here we come on these two cards here again. Here's also, if you, it's possible also in this period to come that you find stability in material things. Taurus like to have things around them, material things, and it's possible that this gives you a form of stability. It makes you feel that you're in your place, and that you like to have them, and that you like to have your things around you. If you engage in some form of that is something new, this will be a stable investment. But I think it's not clear here what you're gonna do. If you're planning to make some form of investments or in investment in a property, it's like you are not sure what you're gonna do, because the book, it's closing things. But eventually, as we proceed in this month or in the future, you will know what it's about, and something new is about to start. And here we see the sit, and it's above the book. So the sit has the power to reveal and to open the book. So later on, as you proceed in this undertaking here, it will become clear for you, and you will make a decision about that. This could be a long-term operation, a long-term business, something you want to do on the long run. Taurus is stable, things on the long run. It's not a hurry type. This is a type that is stable, especially when we have the anchor here in the middle. It means we take it slow. We take our responsibilities with the cross there. We see these responsibilities as serious and heavy, because the cross is heavy and the anchor is heavy also. So this means serious responsibility if we go in this investment or in this new thing that we want to undertake. If you're in a job, it means this is a financial stable job for you. You have a foothold. It's possible if you are a businessman that you have a certain foothold in the business world. This is possible also with this combination, and not everybody knows exactly what you're in, and also you're not sharing this with everybody. It's possible that you literally and figuratively are always surrounded by money, or you work a lot with money. This is possible also because this can point to accountancy and making and working with money, actually working money like accountancy actually here that we see here. It has a lot of value for you, your work, and working with money, it has a lot of value for you. Then we see the anchor and the book in itself. Probably the field that we are in, we have a lot of knowledge about this field that we are working in. We slowly gain more and more knowledge as we are in this field of work, because the anchor is slow and the book reveals secrets slowly. So you get more and more research. Also, you're like you're a stable type of person. You want to know how it is exactly before you go into some project. You are very thorough, let's say it like this. Probably your studies were related to what you're doing right now. You might almost, it's like you are an expert here in your field of work here. You hold on to what you know, what you are engaged in. You're probably also quite smart for making money here. This is what we see here, and the fish have the tendency to multiply things. So it's possible that you, in the course of your life, because we have the cross there, you earn a quite nice amount of savings later on if you would go in retirement, because this points to a stable position on the long run, a stable income on the long run. Also, you're quite smart how you need to work with money here. You feel it need to make you stable and may bring you further in life, as most of us do, but in this combination, it's specified. Then here we have the clovers, the coffin, and the child. The clovers and the coffin. The clovers, this is actually the lucky card out of the deck. So it means this card protects what it surrounds us. So here, this protects here your money, your investments. Also, it protects you physically. It protects your stability also here. And then here we see the card next to it. Here, this card tells us that we are very careful not to lose money. We will be careful. We probably are not wild to make investments. We make sure that we are stable here, that we don't attract problems with money. If we are more the risky type of person, we should be cautious here with this combination, not to be very wild and to take it slow. We need to take it slow. If you want to make investment and you're a type that makes quick decisions, then you need to be sure that your investments are stable. You need to wait it out before you start something new. So don't act too fast. Make sure that everything is in order here. This is what we see also with this combination. What we see more here. Something ends and something new begins. It's possible here that you end with something that brought you luck before, and maybe you are planning to start something new. Maybe you are quite a while in certain investments or certain monies or certain parts of your life, maybe related to your work. And maybe you make an end to this, or this comes to an end and you engage in something new. This is what we see here also with this combination. In a way, it's possible also that the projects or somebody in your life disappears. This is possible. Maybe it's a project, because I don't see immediate persons here. So it's possible that a certain project that you end with it, and in a way you are a little bit sad that you need to stop this, but you will stop it, or it will be automatically stopped in a natural way. Then we have the coffin and the child on itself. Here we need to be careful. We need to be slow if we start a new project, because the coffin tells us we need to work things out. We need to see things from all angles. We need to have psychological clarity on the thing here that we are gonna do, that we are sure that our investments are secure, or the things that we are doing are secure. Here we have a possibility also to gain more knowledge. If we are in a certain situation already for a very long time, this can give us psychological more insight in what we are doing. This is what we see here also, because the coffin is a psychological card. It learns us things. It out of difficulties that we possibly had in the future, we learn something, and this initiates on something new. But this card tells us not to move too fast. We have all slow cards here. This all tells us to move slow. The cross is heavy. The anchor is slow, and it stays anchored, chained, and the coffin is also a slow card that we need to overthink the whole process. So this is what is told to you. This is advice that you receive here from the cards if you want to start something new, not to hurry up things. If you hurry up things, sometimes it could go wrong. So take your time to investigate, see where you are. Don't move too fast here if you want to start certain things. Maybe you're inexperienced in the field, and so it's best that we don't go too fast, so we don't have consequences we don't like to have. We have the key here. We have the, let's see here. We have the vertical lines here. The the key here, the fish and the clovers. The key and the fish, this is actually a very good combination. This actually opens the door for us for earning more money. And this card tells you normally it protects you. This is if you would take risks with money or with certain investment, it would turn out well. But since we have the coffin here, I would, and these cards are also, I would urge you to be slow with investments. Work it out well, see you're well informed, see you know everything before you invest. So things don't stop before they begin. This is what I'm thinking here. Anyway, if you go into an adventure and you take your time to investigate everything very thorough, this is a very lucky line for advancement. But you will need to take your time to see that you have all the facts. This is what we see here. So this points to good business. You are open to new exchanges. These are the key to profit, literally. Probably also you spend more money. You're a little bit more spending. Maybe before you're a little bit stingy with money, but with this combination, we can spend more money. Maybe also the people around us, we spend more money. Maybe we spend more money on children, on our children. This is possible also here with this combination. This is actually an opportunity that you get here, but as I said, it's already mentioned all. Then we have the fish and the clovers here in itself. This is like you have good vibes, good vibrations here. If you have a business or if you work somewhere, this could point also to a new colleague or more colleagues are coming. This is possible also with this combination. More business opportunities here in the future that we see here. You don't take things too heavy, you take things more lighter as you usually would do. You have an opportunity here for profits, and then we have the cross, the anchor, and the coffin. Here, if you are the religious type, it means, or the spiritual type, that means you find more stability in your faith, in your religion, even though you have a hard time, maybe sometimes now in your job, you still hold on because that anchor makes us hold on, even though maybe we have difficulties in some parts of our life. We hold on, we trust in our faith, literally in our faith, in our religion, or we trust in the fate to come. This is what we see here also. With this combination, you find stability also in your religion. We already saw this here. You are close to your church, close connected to your church here or to your religion. You will continue what you're doing, even though it's not an easy period. This is what we see here also. Then we have the anchor and the coffin on itself. It could be that we are a little bit nostalgic for the old times. Maybe we wished that things were back like before. This combination mean also something that we were close to, or where we were connected to, ends and transforms into something new. This is what we see here also. Maybe if you're not in the money sector, in the business sector, this sometimes points to a person who gives help to others. This is then another point of view. This is a person who helps others. This is what we see also. And this also points sometimes to money that we earn off the books. So it's possible that parts of your business are not totally in the accountancy here, because this is the accountancy. So you keep some things out of accountancy, as a lot of employed, self-employed people do. So we don't declare everything to the government. This is what we see here also with this combination. Also, this tells you you need to take care of your health. You need to see you have sufficient rest, sufficient sleep. We need to rest sometimes. If you would be sad about something in your life, this also means that people around you helping you in a new phase. So if there's some sadness in your life, it's possible, then some people would help you for getting over that period. Maybe sometimes a child can help us over that. Maybe we find comfort in our children, and it helps us to overcome this problem. Also here, it's best that things that were in the past and we cannot get them back, we don't start to live in the past. Here it tells us also, especially with the child here, that it's time we enter a new phase in our life. This is what it tells you also. So if it's difficult for you to do so, maybe you're a very stable type, but this is what you get as advice of the card here. Try to leave the past in the past and slowly. The anchor is slow, we don't force. The anchor tells us slowly move on and new things will come to you. This is what it tells you also. Then we have the sit, the book and the child. So we already saw here something new is initiated. This could also mean that some documents are coming to you. In a way, if in the past somebody would have gone out of your life, somebody has passed away in the past months, this could mean that like a last will. So something is coming to you from the past, or something is revealed to you that has a financial value here. This is what we see. This is official documents that are revealed to you. This is possible. If you're still a student, this points to the end of our school. If you're a younger type of person, this points to the end of our schooling. This would then be you as a younger person. This points to the end of our school. Also here with this combination, I mentioned earlier, if you are a business type, you need to see that you have all the information, because some people, or maybe you're not aware, and some things changed and information is held back for you. So before you do something, see, you have all the information. This comes back here. If you want certain information, maybe the information cannot come to you and you cannot find what you're looking for. Maybe the information is disclosed for you, so you need to unclose it, but you have the sit here, so you can enter something new. If you are a student, then this is your final exam. There will be important lessons learned here. We don't reveal everything. Then the book and the child here. If you're still studying, probably this study was about this can literally, sometimes the cards are literally what they are. This could mean that this is study about children, pediatry here. We see here. If you didn't had the chance of studying in your life, this is another point of view, because we always saw it here from the point that a person that studied. If you didn't study too much in your life, this is possible. This combination tells you that you could, if you want, start a study, even if you're in your 40s already. This could mean like a second chance for studying. Maybe you're playing with the idea. If you're playing with the idea, this could start now. This is possible here also. It's like a beginner of student. We start to study again. curious for the facts because the book makes us curious. Maybe you feel that if you don't have too much education in your life and you want to educate yourself, this is that we want to get more knowledge. We want to get new. We want to get more and new knowledge here. It's like here we want to upgrade our our brain, literally. We want to get more information, and as we do so, we become smarter. This is what it tells here. Then with the cross we have here, we have the key, the anchor, and the child. The key and the anchor is that we want to get more stable. We want more stability in our life, and we can, because the key opens all doors. It opens the door for new possibilities. If you are already in a business, if you're already in a work, this gives possibilities for new business. If you are a student, this education that you are planning to do or that you just finished will help you to get higher up in life. Mostly if we study, chances afterwards come to us, and we never know too much in life. There will be stable options offered to you. If you were connected to something that bothered you before, the key opens the chains. So if something was bothering us before and we want to get rid of something that was holding us back, we have the key here, so we can open to initiate something new. It's possible also that here sometimes this points to moving, and we are literally given the key to another place to live here. Something new starts in the living area here. You are liberated here from certain routines that you are already involved in for a while. So if you want more freedom in certain areas of your life that you felt that you are too close to, this is a possibility to get rid of them. This is possible here also. Some routines that maybe you don't like anymore, you want to get rid of. In a way here also, it's possible that your job, for some people this will apply, is related to literally to metal, bronze, or to locks. You do something with locks. This is possible also here that we see steel, locks, metals here that we see here, or you want to take up a study in that area. This is possible also. The last here, the anchor and the child, this point, if you would have a child, this would mean that your child is very determined. If this is a student, they know very well where they want to go in life. They are also hard-headed to proceed what they want to do. They know this is the right path for them. Even if it's hard for them to study, or they will follow their way. They are determined here. They are determined to go that kind of schooling or work. If you are not yet in a business, this point to a new small business. This is, I told you, this is a secure laying. This tells you again, if you do something, make sure it's secure. This comes back here. You want more foothold, you want to become more stable. Here we see this again. Maybe sometimes for us it's difficult to focus. Sometimes we have focuses, maybe we have some problems and we have difficulties to focus. Then we have the sit, the anchor, and the clovers here. So here it means that if certain people held you back, this a little bit the same as here, you will cut ties with them. This points to if somebody was shackling you or chaining you, maybe you remove these persons out of your life, or you want to remove them, or you want to be more free, because we saw the freedom earlier. Also, you will not be willing to going back to that situation. This is like you want to really be free here. Sometimes this points, we already saw the job earlier, with metal. Sometimes this points to work jobs that are dangerous. If we work in investment funds, this points sometimes that we sometimes need to take risks, high risks in our profession. But as we see, as we saw earlier, sometimes it's not wise to do so, or it's better to wait for a while. But this is what it points to sometimes also, that we would be willing to take risks. But anyway, if some people are disturbing you, you will make an end with them. You will break off certain relationship that you consider as a burden to you. It could be quite unexpected that you, maybe this is already going on for a while and you finally decide now it's time to move on. You give yourself a break here also. This is what we see. And then we see the anchor and the clovers. This points to that we are can be financially happy if we want to be. There's a certain good fortune here. You could be lucrative in your job here, so you have also a lot of self-confidence here that we see here. Also here it tells us if we have a form of security in your life, if you have a certain form of security in your life, it's best not to gamble with it. It's best sometimes to hold on to what we have and to investigate the situation thorough here. So Taurus, for the air group, this is all for now. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are connected here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you maybe next time. Bye bye for now and thank you. Hello Taurus, and welcome to the matches or the fire group for the card reading for September 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that Mercury is going retrograde 27 September up to 18 October, meaning it's not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under for officializing up and agreeing with it. It's not a good time to do so. Also, you will see that traffic is delayed, you're in traffic jams, your bus is late, your flight is canceled, it's rescheduled. If you need to receive packages, the packages are wrong delivered. These are all things that are happening during Mercury running retrograde. Also, it's not a good idea to buy electronic equipment like cell phones, computers, laptops, laundry machines, even household old equipment, big Y, because these things are related to warranties and we could get problems with the warranties. Anyway, the general idea is that we try to avoid signing any form of contracts. Anyhow, if you, for some reason, feel obligated or you have no choice but signing a contract or you feel compelled to do so, double, triple check the contract, because maybe later on you change your mind, you want to get rid of the contract and you cannot anymore, or there are certain clauses in the contract that you disagree with and that you didn't see before. So my advice for you would be not to sign any contracts. Anyway, this said, we start with the reading for the fire group of Taurus. So the first card that we here see is the card of adventure, financial investments. There's a strong longing for an adventure. This could also mean abroad, especially with the cards next to it, because all these cards, the whole line is related to abroad. The ship makes us travel. It makes us financially travel. It makes us travel in person. Then we have the mountain who represents abroad. And here this card literally makes us cross borders. So this combination is actually all about abroad, investments abroad, working abroad, having a job abroad, crossing borders. This is all what we see here. This card also, it's another thing, is related to abroad. So maybe you have investments abroad and you are somehow connected with them by the internet. This is a possible, this is a double combination also. Anyway, this points that you will have certain rules, regulations you hold on to. Things might go a little bit slow for the moment in abroad. This is possible because the mountain sometimes has things slow down a little bit. So it's possible if you go in this financial adventure or you planning something new, that it's going a little bit slower than you had planned. Anyway, we'll see the cards now in pairs. So we have the ship, excuse me, and the mountain here. The ship and the mountain here, this could delay our travel, as I said. If we are on the internet, also our internet connections could be a little bit slow, or the people we want to reach in abroad are not available, or we have difficulties to reach them. There's a certain delay here possible. But anyway, if we wait the sufficient time, things will proceed as you have planned. If we are longing for somebody, it's possible maybe that this person is hard to reach. We cannot reach the person. If we are in some relationship engaged with a person, it's difficult maybe to reach this person. Maybe this person is not available. Maybe the internet don't work well there. So these are all things that are connected to this. Excuse me. So if you go on a trip, so if you actually moving or traveling, this could mean some delays in airports, train stations. These are all things here that are happening here. The delays don't need to be dramatic, but it's possible that we encounter these. We want to proceed anyway with this travel because the tower can endure some difficulties, so he proceeds with it. You will go for your travels. This can also point in another way in a business, because I told you this is a business card here. It's possible also that you are a traveling salesman or you do business online. This is what we see here also with this also. In another way, this is then more advanced. It's possible that you are a traveling teacher, because these exist also. So it's possible that you are a teacher in abroad and that you're always traveling, crossing borders, that you teach in foreign countries, and possibly several countries, because the ship is bringing us in several locations. So this is possible also. It's possible that you are an instructor of some kind, that you teach people some things. This could also point to a mobile business in abroad. So you have maybe a business, but it has to do with something that moves, because the ship moves. So this is possible also, but there is a certain structure, always the same, where you hold on to. So there's the business is heavily structured. So this is it's possible it's a mobile business, but there's a very heavy structure, always the same patterns that are followed here in the business. If you have certain travel blocks, it's possible also that you can avoid them, but we cannot move the mountain. So we need to wait, or we need to go around the mountain. But in a way, we have the protocol here also. We will need to follow protocol even if we go around it. So we need to see that we have all the documents to travel with, which is now very important if we travel, that we have all the right certifications, all the right documents. It's like if we travel these days, we are a traveling library. So this, you need to see that all these documents are in place, because if you don't have the right documents, it could cause a delay. You are also very diplomatic here in your job here. Finally, you will arrive at your destination with the delays. Also, this, because of the delays here that you have, sometimes it can influence your mood. This is possible because sometimes it influences us in some ways. These could also point to difficult business negotiations that we have, but we proceed even though it's hard. Also, we will try hard. A lot of opportunities, because the bear expands. Even if there's a lot of trouble, we will put our stamp onto it, because the bear is territorial. We want to achieve where we want to go, and solutions will come and things will transform. So the bear is quite territorial. He's big, he expands, he's bossy also. So you will to put in these negotiations, you will want things your way. We are in the fire group here. This is an initiative group. So, excuse me, these people take initiative and they want things their way. So this is what we see here. Also, it's possible also that you are very well prepared for this trip. This is what I see here also. You're well prepared because the cross prepares us sometimes. In a way, also others can learn a lot from you because you have a lot of experience, because you endured hard times already. Probably you have some life experience here that we see in some parts of your life. It's possible also, because I see a lot of structure here, that it's possible if you are if you're selling or you're trading something in abroad, it has to do with stones, because sometimes the cards literally represent what they are. Maybe you do something in gemstones here. You trade valuable stones by the internet or something like that. This is what we see possibly here also. It's not always easy that here we see here, but anyway, we want to proceed in it, and we probably have a lot of experience in it also. We are here, ship and the mountain. We are here, so the travel we already saw here. Then we have, it's also possible that you don't let everybody know, maybe if there are some delays in your life, and these delays are for certain reasons that you don't tell people about, that you actually want to leave. You keep quiet about it, because the mountain makes us quiet. So, and the tower is a little bit isolating also. It keeps to himself. So it's possible that you keep your plans for business, that you keep that to yourself. If this would be a project that you are engaging in, or you don't share all the information that you have about the things in abroad. Then we have the mountain and the tower on itself. It's possible also for the moment you want these things to proceed, but because you cannot, this brings certain challenges to you. Also, as I said, you need to see that everything is in order, because if you arrive there in abroad and the documents are not as they supposed to be, it's possible that some authorities asks you why, and it could cause problems and more delays. So see that you have everything that needs to be official, that it is official, and that you have it with you. If you are planning to move abroad, this is another point of view. It's possible if you move there, this is for a very long and a very important period of your life. This is a big change that you're making. But here the tower is slow and the mountain is slow also. So this could point to longer periods in your life that you stay. That probably there will not be too much communicating. You will actually stay there and get your feet on the ground there in the place in itself, if that is there. Sometimes also we see with this combination that maybe the place is not totally unfamiliar with you. So it's possible that you have been there in the past, maybe on a vacation, but it's like here, the tower sometimes represents that it's something coming back out of the past. So it's possible that you've been there for a vacation in the past. Also, if you have everything in order, regularly, it's possible that the authorities still ask you to confirm, and it can be annoying. Even though you have all the documents already with you, they still ask for the papers. It's like they keep asking and it's already there. So this could annoy you. This could annoy you, that you always need to show the documents over and over again. This could annoy you also. Then we have the garden and the cross and key. The garden and the cross, this is like we probably go less outside. Maybe we want to travel. And because we cannot execute our plans, it's like we draw in ourselves. We don't go out so often. Even we are free to go because we have the key, but it's like we don't want to go outside. We are planning these things, and it's like we stay more in the inside of the house, even we are free to do so. It's possible the place where you come or the place where you are, that we have a lot of problems now with the viruses. It's possible there that you actually come in contact with the people there who are in the suffering, and that you are confronted. Maybe you live in a place where there is less problems, but if you do this traveling, it's possible that you are confronted there with the bare facts as they are. You see that some people suffering there, there's public suffering. So you could see there, you could be confronted there. You could ask yourself, this culture is totally different. How can it be? This is possible also that you are encountering things like that. It's like the people there are suffering, and you see, and maybe you think, is this not possible to solve this? It's possible also if you come there because you see all these situations, that you also go less outside. Maybe there's a certain fear here, and you refuse to go outside. Even you have everything regulated, but you stay more inside. Then we have the cross and the key here in itself. This means we will take our responsibilities we need to take. We open up for responsibilities. Maybe if you're a while there, you accept the situation as it is, you go more outside. You literally unlock yourself. Maybe you're tired of being inside and you go out. You don't want to be inside anymore. You just say, what the heck, I go out. Then here, you accept also the responsibilities. You understand also the people that are suffering. Maybe this is new for you. You are not acquainted with that. Then we have the third line. We have the stars, the bear, and the coffin. The stars and the bear, this actually means that this is a period of expansion for you, because the bear expands. And the stars are wish fulfillment and healing. So if you had health issues before in the past, these health issues could be less. This could mean the health, if you have a health issue for a long time, in the place where you're starting, it could mean that if you travel somewhere, your health issues are less. So because the bear, here, this is the healing card. So it's possible that that is the case here with this combination. It's also possible here that you lose weight. This is possible also. Maybe you lose weight, maybe you want to lose weight, but here there's a possibility also with losing weight. For the business then itself, it's possible that you come in contact with people who have quite some influence. Maybe it's in abroad. These people have quite some influence. They can change things. So this has a big influence. So possibly there's a certain, those people are high placed because the tower is high placed. So here you get the key to the tower. So it's possible that these people here are high placed. If you are a spiritual type, here also maybe this has spirituality, spiritual an influence on you. Here it's like you are protected by a guardian angel. Here it's another point of view here, but this sometimes is this combination also. If you have children also, your children are important to you. You are a good parent, and maybe your children come in a phase of adulthood. So they get older and they don't need all responsibilities or all your advices anymore. This is also sometimes what we see with this combination. Maybe that's why you take the step in abroad. Children are already mature enough for taking some steps. So this could be the possibility here also. Also, somebody will help you to fulfill your wishes and your hopes. There's some creativity also involved in that one. We always need to be careful not to put too much trust in a person. Then we have the bear and the coffin on itself. Here we see maybe somebody who was in charge of you before, or somebody who taught you a lot in your profession. They're going away out of your life. So maybe this person was like a parent for you, and he learned you a lot. And this person is somehow disappearing out of your life, maybe because you're going in abroad. There's less contact with this person. So, and it's like there is some grief here because this person goes out of your life. Maybe this person was close to you, he taught you a lot, and because there is some distance now with this person, maybe before you have a lot of contact with each other, and it's possible this cause you some sadness. It's like somebody here is that was important to you, that had a big influence on your life, is disappearing out of your life. This is what we see here also. Again, here we see that we are less necessary as a parent. Our children become more independent. Then we have the ship, the garden, and the stars. The ship and the garden, this is that if you arrive in abroad, if that is, or you arrive in a new place, but I think this is all abroad, or I'm assuming this is abroad. So it's possible here that here you explore the new circles that you are in, or the new exploration on the internet. Anyway, it will cross borders. Here you explore these new cultures. There are foreign cultures coming to you. It's possible also that you are not traveling alone. I didn't say this because this can point to a group of people. Maybe you're not traveling alone. Maybe there's a group of people going with you. The sphere is quite good. All of you have hopes, high hopes that you get this deal around. There's also some events here going on. These people are probably also friendly to you, or you are friendly to them, or you are actually friends. If not so, you will make friends with people in abroad. They are in the same conditions as you are. They are in the same position as you are. You travel together here. This is like a social adventure, but also possible a business adventure. A lot of foreign cultures here. You leave your own culture behind and you go abroad. This is what we see here also. In some ways, also this points to independence. So maybe you have a lot of collective points of view, but some areas of the business or of the communities you will not share with them. You, in some areas you will disagree. I'm not saying you're gonna make trouble about it, but I'm seeing here that is or this is in the line here, that's what the line says. There are some differences here in opinion about the cultures. Maybe you meet the cultures, you discuss, and you see it in a different way than most of the people in the group. If you had a team for a long time, it's possible also that somebody of the team that was in the team, he will not be there for always. So it's like he's going away. This is possible also with this combination. Then we have the garden and the stars here on itself. You will receive support of the people that are with you. Also, your networking will support you. If you probably would also put some information on the internet so that other are aware of the situation. Maybe this is needed for the business. Also, we are cautioned here to not to pay all the attention or everything in public opinion. Keep your own ideas. Also, don't trust always on public opinion. Also, trust your own gut here. This is what it says also. This is that here. That we are probably like the cultures that we are going, but as I said, you're not unfamiliar with the place. Probably you are aware with some facts of the culture there. Maybe that's why you agree maybe about certain things. If you are already been there, maybe these people, it's their first voyage there, and you have a different perspective on the things. So that could make sometimes if we've been there and we have experienced the people, how they are. So this could point to for them, it's the first time. For you, maybe you've been there before. That this could mean, this could explain the situation. Then we have the mountain, the cross, and the bear. The mountain and the cross, this means that we said already that there will be some difficulties. We see that here again, that we are experiencing. We will try to manage them because the bear is the manager. So you will try to manage your problems here. It's possible that we saw that already, that the problems take longer than you anticipated. Here again, we mentioned that you come in contact with higher people. We see with higher placed people, we see this here again. So it's possible that you actually meet the CEO of some companies, the top. So these people meet you, you come in contact with them, you have serious discussion with them, you point each other on each other's responsibilities here. This is what we see here also. People point each other's responsibility. Maybe you are their manager in a way, but also you will put your ideas there. This is what we see here also. It has to be like that because the cross makes it has to be like that. It's something that we need to learn, that we need to engage in. It's possible also some things frustrate you about the challenges that you're undergoing, but you will pull through, you will manage them. This is like, it's difficult, but you will manage. You will manage. Then we have the cross and the bear on itself. Here you will be confronted with your responsibilities as a leader, as we saw here, or as a manager. Here we see this here again, the last two cards. Here again we see the weight loss. It's possible that these people there, they test your management skills. They see how skilled you are here, this with this combination. This is possible also here, that they test your skills. They see if you really can master the thing. Sometimes the delays also, we know that Taurus is not a type that is easy to get angry, but sometimes you will feel angry because things are so slow. Like you feel a little bit choleric, like that, as we say. You feel choleric inside. It's possible also because things are slow. This is possible also. Then we have the third line here. We have the tower, the key, and the coffin. Then, as we said earlier, maybe in the beginning you stay inside, then you say, okay, I want to go outside, it's enough now, this going here. But the period that you were alone is essential for you for moving on. Maybe it's just the period that you need for balancing out yourself. This means good luck with authorities, with people in high places. They will bring you a change. Even first they test you and then you go in the outside. But this is a very good combination for proceeding. That you will get approval for certain things, for certain things that you want to undertake. This is the key that opens the box. So if there are some projects going on, it's possible here that you have the key to open the box for your projects that you have in mind. Also, you will gain security here. You will feel more secure. If there are some disputes, these disputes will work in your advantage. Here, this is what we see here also. For some things, structural things, you will doubt to go along with them or not. You will doubt. Maybe you need some time to think. Maybe that's why it takes a little bit longer also, like you want to be sure here. Then you will maybe you will also you will think rational about the problem. You will not be influenced by your emotions. You will think it through in a psychological way here. You will think the problem's very thorough too. And as we said, it's better not to move fast here. So this is then the end of the difficulties that we see here. You have the solutions here. It's an important ending. Some things will go away and some things will begin. You will put certain deadlines. If the things are finally going in action, you will put a deadline on it. You will say, this is when we begin, not later, not sooner. So you will put a deadline here. You will close some parts of your life and you will open new doors of your life here. There's something that is certainly gonna end and something that is certainly gonna start. Then we have the ship, the cross, and the coffin. Again here, we explore the foreign things here again. We see the pilgrimage here. This is leaving for a long time. We already had. I just see if I can add some new things because things are coming back here. This points also to immigration. I didn't mention this before. This points to immigration. It's like you are saying goodbye to your country. You're literally immigrating, and this could point to the end here. There's also, it's possible also, what is possible also, I didn't mention this earlier, but that there's a person in abroad that is important there for you. I don't see any love connections here. The only thing I see there is the bear. The bear can sometimes represent a woman, sometimes. So it's possible that, that you're thinking about that. That this person is involved, or the man or a woman, then she would be a managing type. But she's important for you. This is what we see here. This is a possibility also, because there's not too much relationship cards here. But then I would point to the bear. Maybe it's somebody who makes us remind of our mother or our father. This is possible here also. The parent where we had the best relationship with, let us say that we see something in the parental figure that that we are closest to. We just see it like that. Then we have the cross and the coffin on itself. There's a spiritual transformation. Something changed you there in abroad. You will, if you're there in the place, maybe you're thinking about buying a vehicle there. I see this here also. You test a vehicle, you think, what vehicle do I need here? What is most practical vehicle here? This is what I see here also. This is possible also. If you stay there, probably you need a vehicle. And then the tower, the cross, and the star. Probably there you take your, if your religion was important to you, it's like there you visit also the things that are related to your religion. Maybe the country where you're going, the foreign country, has also it has also your religion, I'm assuming here, because this is like you visit the mosque, the church, the spiritual that is connected to you. So this is that the visit that you bring to them. So it's important to you that you can pray there. Probably it's there in that country also. That is what we see here. It's like the religion is coming with you. That is not the problem there. So you can follow your religion there. Probably there. Also, you will meet somebody in that religious community, and this person could be very important for you in your religious area. This person there in abroad could be important for you. He's like a very, he's an expert in your religious field or in your spirituality here that we see here. He will learn you certain things. He will teach you certain things because he's an authority figure in his religion. So maybe you can learn some things from him. If you are meditating, for instance, this person could be in meditating and he could teach you some things about that. Here then we see we are going more out again. Then we have the cross and the stars on itself. It's possible that you are religious and spiritual, and maybe sometimes you have conflicts with your spiritual beliefs and your the beliefs that you are raised in. This is possible here also. And here, this points that you trust in your fate, that we perceive life as a good thing because the stars are a very positive card. So, Taurus, for the fire group, this is all. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings connected here to this video. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you maybe next time. Bye-bye for now and thank you.